Esteemed parents, teachers, guests, and fellow almost graduates, please rise for the national anthem sung by the Centennial High School Madrigals.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Ah, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Class of 2017 and honored guests, please be seated. The Madrigals, under the direction of Mrs. Jessica Cummings, will now be performing For Good from the musical Wicked.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I can change for the better? Because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart.
Whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
And just to clear the air,
ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blamed me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share.
And none of it seems to matter anymore.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the
The
sun.
wind off the
Like a
field.
stream that meets a border halfway through the road. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
Because I knew you.
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed.
My name is Neil Robb, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies for today's graduation. I would like to introduce the distinguished guests who are on stage. Please hold all applause until the end. Honorable Alan Kittleman, Howard County Executive. Miss Sandra French, Board of Education Member. Miss Cynthia Valancourt, Chairman, Board of Education. Miss Christina Delmont Small, Board of Education Member. Miss Mavis Ellis, Board of Education Member. Dr. Michael Martirano, Acting Superintendent of Howard County Public School System. Miss Linda Wise, Deputy Superintendent. Honorable Robert Flanagan, Member House of Delegates. Delegate Trent Kittleman, House of Delegates, District 9A. Senator Gail H. Bates, District 9. Honorable Dr. Calvin Ball, Vice Chairperson of the Howard County Council, District 2. Honorable John Weinstein, County Council Member, District 1. Miss Regina Mesella, Administrative Director of High Schools. Miss E. Grace Chesney, Chief Accountability Officer. Miss Laura Peter, Assistant Principal of Homewood. Miss Maddie Hallbach, Administrative Intern of ARL and HCPSS Teacher of the Year for 2017. Mrs. Claire Hafitz, Principal of Centennial High School. Centennial High School's Assistant Principals, Miss Lynette Moore, Dr. Tracy Skaltz, Mr. James Zay, Mr. Jeremy Whitaker, Centennial High School 2017 Teacher of the Year. And Miss Cheryl Bell and Mr. Brandon Barrett, Centennial High School Class of 2017 sponsors. Now moving on from who's on stage to who's in the audience. Class of 2017, this is your day. Congratulations on getting here. It's been quite a ride. The last 4 years have been filled with laughter from school plays like Urinetown and sweat from winning state championships in wrestling and basketball, as well as county championships in tennis. We've proved beyond a reasonable doubt that we can make it to mock trial regionals and buzzed in for 10 points, winning the Baltimore Metro Championships with its academic team. With cutting-edge research projects and cutting-edge students, we've been at the forefront of STEM. We have 3 Regeneron semifinalists, a nationally recognized Science Olympiad team, and just recently hosted the RISE Science Conference. We have already achieved great things and will go on to do so much more. Now here we are, seeing the culmination of our efforts. Look around you and take it all in. Savor this moment. Pay attention to every detail. Slow down time and enjoy every second of it. You worked to get here, and you deserve it. Today is the day to celebrate. Be proud of your accomplishments and be excited for the future. Now let me call Maryam El-Habashi to the stand, our student speaker for the night. Maryam El-Habashi is an active member of the Centennial and Howard County communities. At Centennial, she ran cross-country and played tennis all 4 years, even serving as its captain this year. In addition, she also served as president of National English Honor Society and historian of National Honor Society. Outside of school, she's a member of the Howard County MLK Commission, which organizes an annual commemoration, and she is a teaching assistant at Howard Community College's Star Talk program. She's even had the honor of representing the United States at Quran recitation competitions in both Dubai and Malaysia. Maryam is proud to call herself an Eagle and hopes to continue to contribute to the community and all of her future endeavors. Please welcome Maryam El-Habashi.
Well, Eagles, we made it. It's been a long time coming, and I'm sure we've had a moment or 2 or 10 over the past 13 years when we wondered, will it ever come? Yet here we are, the pomp, the circumstance, the end of high school. But as all of us know, as one chapter ends, another begins. Some of us are attending 4-year colleges. Some are joining the military. Some are taking a gap year. Others are heading straight for the workforce. No matter what path we choose, however, there's one thing that will never change. We're Eagles now, and we'll be Eagles forever. Let me explain. So, Eagles don't just fly, they soar. They acclimate themselves to altitudes the likes of which very few birds can achieve. They fly for hours without rest, buoyed by the warm air beneath their wings. Sounds a bit like us, except in our case, maybe we run more on caffeine and some in-class nap time. Members of our class are deeply self-driven, resourceful, and focused. As individuals, we have challenged and inspired one another so that as a class, we reached new heights and amassed great success. On the most basic level, our class is ridiculously intelligent. I don't think I need to remind you about the college application process. Clearly, the brain power in this class is slightly unreasonable and pretty extraordinary. But what is even more mind-blowing is the power of this class's heart. Community building and paying it forward has been a consistent thread in our lives. After the devastating floods in Old Ellicott City, our classmates immediately organized relief efforts. Others in our class supported a young girl in India, raising funds with the hopes that she, too, may know the power of a good education. Near or far, our hearts and minds have converged on being positive influencers despite our young age. There's something else that separates eagles from the rest. While other animals retreat and flee from storms, eagles fly straight into them, unafraid and undeterred. This characteristic is an indelible part of being a leader. Instead of being sidelined by an obstacle, you step into it and create new opportunities that lift you higher. We've led on athletic fields, in academic competitions, in the arts and sciences, and in every other arena imaginable. But it hasn't always been easy. We've been caught in the center of this storm, navigating through the shifting physical, social, academic challenges, and pressures that only high schoolers can understand. There have been some fails and some hard and heavy losses along the way, but like eagles that shed their feathers, worn by the wear and tear in their battle for survival, we persevered. Adulthood demands the knowledge that failure is often the key to finding our personal incarnation of success. As the inventor who brought us the light bulb, sound recording, the motion picture, and more, Thomas Edison once said, "I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Remember this as you walk through life. It's not failure, it's discovery. So I hope that each of us will have the poise and perseverance to learn from our own 10,000 ways to discover what will ultimately make us the successful inventors of lives that we can be proud of. There are bound to be people who will tell you that you shouldn't, you can't, or you won't. In these moments, ground yourself. Remember what you've learned thus far and immediately establish that you can, you should, and you will. The Nobel laureate Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." So, on behalf of the class of 2017, I would like to take this moment to thank our parents, coaches, teachers, and mentors for constantly making us feel supported, and perhaps more importantly, for pushing us to our limits and challenging us to do better, thereby inspiring us to realize that we are capable of anything. I will also take this moment to apologize to our parents, coaches, teachers, and mentors for some questionable decisions, questionable hairdos, and some seriously questionable fashion along the way. And let us not forget how we made each other feel. We live in an extraordinary time in which lines are often drawn to sow animosity or derision amongst us. But our class has been remarkable in rising above the fray and recognizing that mutual respect is the surest way that we can successfully move forward together. For this, I am truly proud and grateful. So, it's time to leave the nest, Eagles. Admittedly, it's a comfortable, secure, and cherished nest, despite its lack of windows. But our time has come. We had the great blessing of being trained and guided by the best teachers and leaders, to be supported and encouraged by the best of friends and family. And particular thanks goes to Principal Claire Hayfitz, who has served as a guiding light for many of us, including myself, for the past 7 years. That's a lot of years. So now it's our responsibility to not forsake our fortunes. So, as we prepare to turn our tassels, I'd like to impart 3 pieces of advice and a heartfelt wish. We live in a time in which 40% of teens report that they feel pressure to post on social media what makes them look good to others, or what will make them popular by getting the most likes. So seek out and maintain meaningful and authentic relationships. These relationships will outlast any grade on an exam, any stellar internship opportunity, or any workplace promotion. To that end, do not take human connection for granted. Famed Professor Philip Zimbardo said that our world can be transformed by everyday heroes. You can be an ordinary hero for a split second, smiling at someone who's had a bad day, or you can be an extraordinary hero working on finding a cure for cancer. Our world needs them both just as much. Finally, do not mistake aggression for power, arrogance for confidence, impulsiveness for entrepreneurism, brazenness for courage, material wealth for success. Remember that strength of character trumps conventional strength. You can't strong-arm your way to winning respect. Your character must be, dare I say, unimpeachable. So, here's what I wish for us all. I wish that whatever path we choose, we walk it confidently, with integrity, compassion, personal responsibility, and a commitment to excellence. Whether the next stop on your journey is as a Terp, a dragon, a Navy SEAL, or something altogether brand new, remember you'll always be an eagle. So rise to the challenge, be fearless, soar to new heights, and most importantly, rise above not by climbing over people, but by climbing with them. I'm honored to have come this far with all of you. Congratulations, Eagles. Let the new chapter begin.
Miriam, that was very insightful and makes me proud to call myself an Eagle. Next up, we have 3 passionate and talented musicians who will be performing an arranged piece named Kira Meki. The first performer, Claire Lee, began playing the clarinet in the 3rd grade. Since then, she has participated in numerous all-county and all-state bands and orchestras. She also received superior distinctions in the Trinity College of Music exams. The second, Allison Way, has been playing the clarinet since the 4th grade and has played in all-county groups as well as various school groups, including pit orchestra and jazz band. These 2 young women led the 22-member strong clarinet section this past marching band season. Finally, the last is Ken Chen, who loves to play, write, and arrange music. He has been playing the clarinet for 9 years and the piano for 12 years. He would like to pursue this passion in college. In fact, Ken himself arranged the piece that you are about to hear. Without further ado, Kirameki, composed by Wachi and arranged by Ken Chen. That was beautiful. Here at Centennial, we have a combination of both motivated students and passionate teachers. Albert Einstein once said that it is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. This quote epitomizes our teacher of the year, Jeremy Whitaker. This exceptional and experienced educator has taught history for over 23 years. He knows the material and he knows it well, but that isn't why he's being recognized today. There's so much more. He's here because of his positive impact on the lives of others. Mr. Whitaker works to make history relevant to his students so that they could use this knowledge to make better decisions in their own lives. His enthusiasm is contagious and draws students into the subject matter. In addition, Mr. Whitaker strives to improve access to educational and employment opportunities for people on the autism spectrum. Let's welcome Jeremy Whitaker, Teacher of the Year.
Good evening, Centennial Eagles class of 2017. Looking at the program, I know I'm one of the few things standing between you and your diplomas, so I promise I won't stand up here too long. You're welcome. When I was asked to speak to you tonight by the senior class board, I was honored and, frankly, pretty terrified. Over the last few weeks, I've consulted with my valuable student aides, as well as several of you whose opinions I value greatly, to see what you guys thought about me addressing you tonight and what you thought I might say. The general consensus was that most of you were surprised that I was asked to speak to you at all, and that you'd be laughing at me no matter what I had to say. So I really like to thank all of you who consulted with me for giving me the confidence to stand up here and address you tonight. You know, as I look out at all of you guys tonight, I recall these words spoken by Winston Churchill. A long time ago he said, quote, "Now this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning," close quote. This is the end of your beginning, and I can remember being in your shoes 28 years ago on my own graduation night. That's not a typo, 28 years ago, that's right. You know, that night I remember feeling I was being pulled in a lot of different directions. On the one hand, I was overjoyed and proud at being out of school. It is quite an accomplishment, a culmination of your years of hard work, to hear your name called, to walk across this stage and get your diploma, to know you've done well. At the same time, I recall feeling excited. I was looking forward to attending Boston College in the fall of that year. You know, BC had been my dream school since I was 9 or 10 years old, and I couldn't wait to get to Boston to start the next chapter of my life. I also remember feeling a little bit sad, looking around at the familiar faces of my fellow classmates, many of whom I had shared great and some not so great memories with for as long as I could remember. I remember looking around that night wondering if it would be the last time I would see some of those faces, and to be honest with you, it was. I mean, I did go to school in the dark ages. You know, there was no Snapface, Instabook, Twitter, whatever it is you people use. I'm sure you guys will have an easier time than me with keeping up with each other than we did. But in many ways, this will be the last time you're all together sharing in this commencement exercise. Of course, I was also sad about leaving my family. You know, for most of my senior year, I was pretty sure I knew a lot more than either of my parents and pretty much every other adult over 18 that I encountered. I am the oldest of 6 kids, so I was always part of a crowd wherever I went. On graduation night, I began to realize that I was going to experience life on my own. And I remember suddenly feeling a little unsure if it was going to be all that I had it cracked up to be. And finally, I remember walking to my car in the parking lot after the ceremony with my diploma in hand and all these feelings going through me, pride, excitement, sadness, and being hit by just one more thought. I can't believe how fast that all just happened. You heard it before, guys. Savor the emotions you're feeling tonight. You have so much still waiting ahead for you. Take pride as you look back on your achievements at this point, but be ready to move ahead. And believe me, you'll be surprised at how quickly the time flies. 28 years. You know, one of my favorite sayings is from the Chinese thinker Confucius. He said, quote, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," close quote. The first part of the journey you began with small, unsure steps in kindergarten is over. Tonight, I hope I can leave you with 3 thoughts to consider as you prepare to embark on the next leg of your life's journey. Number 1, find your inspiration. Graduates, do me a favor, just take a second and think of the person or the people that have most inspired, most influenced your life to this moment. Go ahead, take a moment. Take in their image. Now ask yourself a simple question. What is it that makes this person or these people so important to me? And I've been blessed throughout my life to be surrounded by people who have inspired me, challenged me, and made me want to emulate them in the example of their life. I think about Mr. Tony Baker, my 8th and 9th grade U.S. history teacher at Houston Junior High. Mr. Baker was the most maniacal Dallas Cowboys fan I've ever met. Besides that horrific character flaw, he also loved history. He engaged us, challenged us, and always kept his subject matter in perspective. For any topic he covered, he always found a way and made a point to connect it to our own lives in the present. You know, if I were to describe Mr. Baker in your terms, I guess I would say he was woke. But since I can't use your terminology well, I'll just say he kept it real. He made me want to become a history major in college, and although I probably didn't realize it then, he made me want to share my love for history with a lot of you guys as well. My friend Bobby died of cancer last April. Coach Bobby, as he's known to so many in this area, touched people's lives as a professional tennis player and instructor for enthusiasts of all ages and skill levels. He was also a coach for countless kids in various youth sports and one of the kindest souls I've had the privilege to know. I was lucky to spend 2 years coaching rec softball with Bobby. He always had a smile on his face when he was working with our team. Always teaching, always encouraging, always finding the best in all situations. You know, I never once heard him raise his voice, except when he was encouraging one of our catchers to gun a base runner down. In our last season together, when Bobby was really sick, he never missed a game or practice. On one of the final weekends of that season, several of the girls on our team, including both of our daughters, were missing a doubleheader because of a bat mitzvah they were attending. I grudgingly trudged off to the games, feeling burdened by spending time at rec softball, especially when my own kid wasn't even going to be on the field. As the first game was getting started, I looked up and saw Bobby making his way across the field. I knew he was feeling terrible, yet there he was. I said to him, "Coach, I didn't expect to see you here today." And his response was simple. He said, "I wouldn't miss it for anything." You know, Bobby was a profile in courage, grace, compassion. He served as an example of how I could strive to be better every day. He made our girls laugh when they wanted to cry, reminded me that umpires are human too, although I'm still working on that, and that the main objective in what we were doing as coaches wasn't winning or losing, but making sure the girls had fun and learned to play the game the right way. And of course, like all of you, I often think of my parents, who taught me how to work hard, but also how to never let work get in the way of their most important job, that of being parents. They worked tirelessly. My dad in the oil fields in southeastern New Mexico, my mom was a school teacher in middle school. Yet they volunteered to coach all 6 of their kids' teams, football, basketball, soccer. They never missed a band concert, school play, spelling bee, back to school night, or any other event that involved any of their kids in some role, large or small. You know, I was pretty sure when I was 18 that if I ever became a parent, I could certainly do a better job than either of my parents. Today, I can only hope that my wife and I are doing half as good a job as they did. Hold on to the heroes who've shaped you to this point, and be aware of the many other people who do good and are positive influences to model yourselves after. You know, sometimes heroes are people that you don't expect to meet or get to know. At other times, they're the people you see so often, it's easy to take them for granted. Number 2, do something great. I know, here we go, that point in every commencement speech where the speaker tells you it's your responsibility to save the world for all mankind. Look, I recall hearing those same speeches during both my high school and college graduations. I also recall thinking I was listening to Charlie Brown's teacher. Wonk, 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 wonk. Look, what do I mean by great? I mean pursuing something that you care about, that holds your interest with such passion and devotion that you cause other people to take notice. I mean, to me, that is great. When other people stop and think about things from a whole new perspective, when people are amazed by an instrument you play, a poem you write, or the way you interact with your kids at the beach. When your life and actions cause other people to question whether or not they are on the right track or if there is something they can learn from your life path, well, that is great to me. You know, I had the privilege to write college and scholarship recommendation letters for quite a few of you during this past year. And based on what I wrote, I mean, these are just a few of the great things I know some of you will be doing soon. Becoming special educators, showing society how to reframe the conversation around young people that we consider, quote, disabled, with a new moniker, differently abled, and go from there. Serve in the fire department, run a boys and girls club, mentor a young man or woman, help show them the path to success you've traveled. Volunteer to protect our country in a branch of the armed services. Become a pediatric nurse. Become an attorney that represents those in society who are least advocated for. In other words, guys, pursue what you love, what interests you, what you care about. Follow your passions. Don't get sidelined or sidetracked if you fail or come up short. Times will change. You'll sometimes be handed setbacks and disappointments. Now, I've yet to meet any person who has not at times felt angry, upset, or even cynical. It's easy to begin feeling skeptical, frustrated, or negative, and to wonder if what you are pursuing is worth it. Get up. Keep trying. And you're going to inspire other people to do the same. And to me, that is doing something great for yourself and for our world. Last but not least, guys, number 3, enjoy every minute. 28 years ago, I could never imagine where my life would take me. If someone had come up to me on my graduation night and told me that one day I'd be married to my best friend and the love of my life, the father of 4 incredible kids, a high school teacher, and the proud owner of not 1 but 2 minivans, I would have taken that deal, except for the whole minivan thing. The fact is, guys, I wouldn't change a thing. My life has taken me in directions I never could have dreamt, and although there are times I feel overwhelmed or that I'm not doing anything well, I try to savor every second of it. A lot of you who had me last year know how much I enjoyed the movie The Last Samurai. Although you probably remember that I rewind and replay the fight scenes, I hope you remember the scene in the movie that I find the most moving is when the 2 main characters, samurai rebel Katsumoto and American mercenary Captain Algren, Tom Cruise's character, are in Katsumoto's garden looking at the cherry trees in full blossom. They're discussing the course of their lives and the concept of Bushido. Bushido is literally defined as the way of the warrior, or the code that samurai knights in Japan were expected to live and sometimes die by. Katsumoto tells Captain Algren that Bushido can be better defined in another way. In short, he tells Captain Algren that Bushido is, quote, to know life in every breath. And that's the final thought I hope to leave with you tonight. Enjoy every second, enjoy every moment. Follow your hopes and dreams, help other people, and be good to your family and friends. Respect your fellow man, live life to its fullest, experience everything. Take risks, and most importantly, always try to enjoy the ride. Don't take yourself or anything too seriously. Congratulations, guys. Before you go, and before I go, write this down. This is important. It's been my privilege and honor to get to work with, learn from, and laugh with so many of you. I wish you continued and unlimited successes in your futures. It's as simple as that. Thank you, good night, good luck. It's been emotional.
Mrs. Claire Hafitz is the backbone of our school community. I was privileged enough to have her for both middle and high school, and can attest that she has been with us every step of the way these past 7 years, helping us develop into the young adults we are today. Many know about her achievements, and she has many. She received the Washington Post's Distinguished Educational Leadership Award, given to principals who are committed to their school and their students, both in fostering creativity and working to help them succeed. But what many people do not notice is how much she does when nobody is looking. Even after completing mountains of administrative work, Mrs. Hafitz manages to attend nearly every school athletic and academic event to support us, and takes time out of her busy schedule to talk with students and teachers, offering them advice and help. It is no doubt that without the leadership of Mrs. Claire Hafitz, Centennial would not be as successful as it is today. She poured her heart into this school and this school's students, and I will forever be grateful for this. Now to present the graduates, please welcome Mrs. Claire Hafitz.
Thank you, Neil. I thought I got all my crying out last week. Before I begin, we are pleased to have the Honorable Alan Kittleman, County Executive, with us at Centennial's graduation. Mr. Kittleman, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Ms. Hafitz. It is really an honor to be here, and on behalf of all the residents of Howard County, I want to wish you a congratulations to the class of 2017 Centennial Eagles. Way to go! A couple personal things real quick. I want to do a quick shout out to Sam Sarda. Where are you, Sam? Wave. There you are, Sam. He was an intern in my office this year. Thank you so much, Sam, for your help. Also to Miriam. Miriam, you heard that she's a member of the MLK commission, but she also has been helping us with the hashtag One Howard program in Howard County. She came and spoke to a crowd of probably 300 plus and gave her perspective on bigotry and prejudice and how we need to learn to care for each other and talk to each other. I just want to thank her for her leadership. Thank you. And Mr. Whitaker, 28. Folks, I sat where you are 41 years ago in the same pavilion when I graduated. And so 28 sounds really young to me. Also, thank you for your help with Ellicott City. Ellicott City is doing great, and thank you for caring about the people of Ellicott City, the merchants, the residents. I know I saw folks from Centennial High School there at West End helping residents, and so I want to thank you for caring about our community and for doing such a great job helping us recover. Now, I see, I'm a father of 4, Ms. Whitaker, not saying again, and I have had my children go through the Howard County public school system. My youngest will be graduating next Thursday, and that will end 22 years of a Kittleman child in Howard County public schools. And it's going to be hard to get through that a little bit. I'm going to be like Ms. Hayfitz, have little tears in my eyes, but I know, as you will hopefully know, that those parents and family members behind you have sacrificed a lot for you. They have given everything they have to give you this opportunity that you have now to become who you can be, the best you can be. And I just want you to know that I appreciate every family there, every person who's here tonight, everyone who couldn't be here tonight because of what they've done to sacrifice for you, and all the teachers and administrators and all the folks in your lives. But also, I want to point out that a week from today, we will be honoring and remembering those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for us, those women and men who fought and died in the battle so that you could have the opportunities that you have today. So I would like us, please, if all the veterans and active duty military who are here tonight, please stand up so we can acknowledge you for your service. I'll tell you from here, that's an amazing sight. Thank you so much for your commitment to our country. And also, I would like any member of the class of 2017 who will be going into the military after high school, please stand up so we can acknowledge you and your commitment to service. Now, Miriam talked about heroes and how you can be a hero, whether it's something smaller or bigger or whatever. I want to tell you and urge you, don't forget those who sacrificed for you. Don't forget those who have really put everything out there so you would have this opportunity. And how I define a hero is someone who gives back, who treats others with respect, someone who does things for others without seeking credit, but doing it because it's the right thing to do. And when you show kindness to others, that starts a ripple effect, and you can change the world. Congratulations, class of 2017. Go Eagles.
So good evening, distinguished guests, parents, staff, and most importantly, our graduating seniors. We want to acknowledge the outstanding Centennial High School staff, the extremely supportive community, the exemplary programs and organization, and the best parents in Howard County who have supported, guided, and have been committed to helping our students achieve all that they have accomplished during their high school years. Together, we have provided tremendous opportunities this year for our students. We continue to improve our communication. We continue to increase our school spirit. We continue to recognize students throughout the year for all of their wonderful accomplishments and achievements. However, I did notice on Craigslist that Centennial High School was up for sale, including its best and brightest students. But I don't think that our new superintendent would sell his best high school, even for the $2 billion asking price. The class of 2017 is our 40th graduating class. They continue their commitment to excellence and raise the bar even higher. 99% of the class of 2017 is moving on to college. This is an absolutely amazing high percentage. And the highest percentage we ever had at Centennial. Many of our students will be attending college in Maryland, College Park and UMBC, Johns Hopkins and Towson, Salisbury, Stevenson, and HCC. Some will be leaving Maryland and will be attending the University of Pennsylvania, MIT, Stanford, NYU, Cal Berkeley, Caltech, and other very impressive universities in many other states. Centennial will be well represented across the United States. And as Marian said, our Eagles continue to soar. Over $1.3 million in scholarship money has been offered to our students. You have won so many awards, and also this was mentioned earlier. Our Science Olympiad has been the state champion for 2 years in a row, and our math team came in first place in the county. You have won awards in poetry, in art, music, engineering, debate, theater, dance, world languages, and Model UN. Our ITS academic team is the Baltimore Metro champions for the past 3 years. And our mock trial team has gone the furthest than any other Howard County High School team. And even in athletic events, we even beat Hebron in lacrosse. So many of you have been recognized on the school level, on the county level, on the state level, even on the national level. A shout out to Ting Lee. She is not only the Coca-Cola Scholar, she is also the U.S. Presidential Scholar from the state of Maryland. Only one male and one female are selected from each state, and Ting is that one female that was selected. Centennial had 14 National Merit Scholars. This is unprecedented. We had more than any other high school. I am so proud of all of you, and our teachers and staff are so pleased that you have taken advantage of the opportunities provided for you to achieve such success. The class of 2017 has excelled and distinguished themselves with their commitment to excellence, dedication, perseverance, and so much school spirit. You continue to create new traditions at Centennial. For example, RISE, Research in Science and Engineering Conference, that you started this year. The Blue Ocean Competition, which originated at Centennial but went global this year. March Madness and our Zacking Against Cancer tournament was a huge success. World Fest, which celebrated Centennial's diversity. Our TEDx, which was so powerful. The Hackathon, our Women's Empowerment Series, and our Eagle Ambassadors. And although not all our teams win championships, you demonstrated character, dedication, and perseverance to compete. Centennial students actively participate in 90 clubs. Our average SAT score for the class of 2017 is 1283. This is the highest in the county, and we have graduating seniors that have perfect scores on their SATs, Susie Byung and Angela Zhu. We also have students with perfect scores on their ACTs, Christopher Cha, Ting Lee, and Radhika Golub. 5 students in one class. There are only approximately 240 in the entire nation with perfect scores. Almost 800 students, 790 to be exact, took 1,758 advanced placement exams this year. More than 82% of the seniors, you, have taken an AP exam, and close to 199 of you are Centennial scholars, meaning that you have taken more than 6 AP exams that cover more than 4 different disciplines and have scored a 3 or higher on every exam. According to the Baltimore Business Journal, you have made Centennial High School #1 in the region. And we are even ranked 113th best STEM high school in the nation, and we're not even a STEM school. I can tell you how difficult it is to describe how sad I am that you are graduating. When we arrived at Centennial 4 years ago, I would never have realized how connected I would be to such a warm and loving community of students and family. I have shared with you that on that first day of high school, that your next 4 years would be epic. I have known many of you since you were 11 years old, when I was taller and bigger than most of you. We have spent the last 7 years together. How special, how fortunate, how awesome, how lucky am I? I probably have spent more time with you than your parents, at least while you're awake. 7 years, 7 hours every day. Like your parents, I have taken great pride in how you have matured and become intelligent young adults making good choices. When you were in 8th grade, I told many of you that I wouldn't miss you because I was going with you to high school as your new principal. We were not afraid to start high school because we were all starting together. Now our journey together will end. You are moving on to the next stage of your lives. You are prepared for anything that you desire to achieve. We had an awesome adventure together. First homecoming, which was so different from any 8th grade dance. First time you took exams, first murals painted, first prom, first pep rallies. There were so many firsts. And the stories I could tell about many of you, but this is not the place. You have become exceptional individuals that are tolerant, kind, generous, caring, and sensible. And many times I have been humbled by the kindness of your hearts. You do have eagle pride. To paraphrase Shakespeare, who is a better wordsmith than I am, and whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, let us make our farewell take forever. And then this parting was well made. Some people judge their lives on what they do, others on who they are. How enriched I am for just knowing you. I absolutely believe that many of you will invent cures for diseases, or will be on the U.S. Olympic team, or create magnificent art and music, or appear on Broadway. To see you in front of me the last time altogether is a picture I will treasure for a very long time. So I'm going to ask Dr. Schultz to take a picture so that I can treasure it for a very long time. And definitely tweet it out. Tomorrow, you will wake up in a new life full of yet-to-be-realized opportunities. It is now time to leave your eagle's nest because you are prepared, self-confident, trusting, responsible, and determined. You are wondering how your lives are going to turn out. It's okay to wonder, but I also think it's important to realize your future is not just something that happens to you. It is up to you to create. In the words of another Howard County graduate who is very close to my heart, respect yourself, demand respect from others, and never let someone else define who you are or limit what you know you can do. I urge you today to embrace the opportunity before you. Take what you have learned throughout the last 4 years and put it to good use. Leave behind what isn't helpful and bring forward with you the lessons that will be the working parts of your greatest invention ever, your life. Congratulations. I wish you success in your future and remind you always be safe, have eagle pride, and always make good choices. So please, tonight is a very, very special event, and we are expecting your best behavior this evening. We expect nothing less than the example you have set all year. Please behave appropriately, be a respectful audience. Please hold your applause. We want to be able to hear all the names of the graduates. So Mrs. Sandra French and Dr. Martirano, as the extremely honored principal of Centennial High School, I hereby certify that the graduates seated before you have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by Howard County Public School System and the Maryland State Department of Education. They are eligible to receive a Maryland High School diploma, certificate of completion, or a certificate of attendance.
Good evening. I'm Michael Martirano, the new superintendent, interim superintendent for the Howard County Public School System. And I love you too. After hearing all of your accolades, I feel like I'm not worthy. I bow to all of you in praise in terms of what you've done with your educational career. But tonight, I want to focus on the fact of you, in terms of the importance of why we're here this evening. We have strategically placed you in the center of this arena for a reason. You are surrounded by many elected officials who have your best interest at heart. If you look behind you, and I see all of your wonderful parents and community members, you are surrounded by all of your loved ones. They care about you. They're very impressed with all of your accolades and accomplishments. But more importantly, if I were to quiz each one of them, what they want most out of for your life is the fact that they want you to conduct yourself with high character, to make certain that you're doing right by other people every day. And so as a dad of three wonderful adult children, young adult children, I oftentimes speak to my children about the significance of making a difference, about doing more than is expected, about taking care of those who are less fortunate. So today, as I briefly wrap up, and I know we want to move on to the main event of diplomas, I want to share with you my personal mission. And it's 5 simple words. Work hard and be kind. If you work hard every day with all of your wonderful accomplishments, great things will happen. But to make it worthwhile and meaningful, treat everyone that you encounter with respect, with kindness. Reach down with your hand and carry forward someone who needs additional help. To have a life that is driven by the fact of helping others. To be others-centered is what truly makes a meaningful life. So with all of your wonderful intelligence, I ask you and I implore you, use it for the betterment of our community, for our state, and for our nation, and for the betterment of humankind. You are our next generation of leaders, and you are entrusted to make things better. And I have great hope tonight, knowing that the future is in your hands. Young people, it's an honor to be in front of you this evening, And now let us get on with the aspect of the diplomas. And now Miss Sandra French is coming to the stage. She'll say a few words as well. Thank you very much.
Just a few more minutes. Well, on behalf of the Board of Education in Howard County, congratulations to the Centennial High School class of 2017. You're amazing. Now, to your parents, it seems like only yesterday, but it was in 2004 that Howard County's class of 2017 began. Perhaps you were among them when 2,770 students, little guys and gals, entered kindergarten. As you grew in size, you grew in numbers. Another 1,220 students joined you. This year, if they pass all their exams and emulate what you've been doing, about 3,990 seniors will walk down the stage to receive their diplomas and certificates. This week, you'll be receiving many graduation gifts. It's a good time to ask for money from family and friends, but Howard County citizens have gifted you all along. Great schools like Centennial High don't just happen. They are created and sustained through the combined efforts of talented educators, engaged students like you, involved families, and a community that not only values education, but also demonstrates that commitment by providing the necessary resources. Between 2004 and today, $164,981 was invested in each one of you for your educational success. This is a wonderful tradition of our democracy that American citizens, both with and without children, willingly, for the most part, support a free and public education for all children. Centennial grads, you have used this gift wisely. You have been praised by many speakers before me, and I can attest to that. When I visited back to school night, I saw your enthusiasm for service, all of your diverse clubs, and how much you cared about each other. When I visited or attended your winter spectacular, I was just absolutely astounded by your talent, your energy, and your multicultural approach to celebrating the holiday season. It was an absolute delight. Thank you for sharing the wingspan and excellent publication with the board so that we would know what was going on. And Harvey and hello, Dolly. Wow, you really breathed life into those wonderful classics. They were wonderful. So, we know that you had some fun along the way, and you also worked very hard to successfully complete your public school career for 13 years. Now, many of you have plans, you know where you're going. You're going to leave this nurturing community to pursue your dreams. As you do, reach out to others as open-hearted as you have to each other here at Centennial. But remember that you can pursue your dreams here in Howard County. So, when you decide to settle down, preferably employed, come back. Join us, not as our children, but as our peers. Enrich our community with your new skills and your creative energies. But if you establish roots elsewhere, keep the community of Howard County in your hearts. Remember us as an extended family that valued each one of you and made your educational opportunity a #1 priority. Wherever you go, reach out to the next generation of students. Invest in them, your tax dollars, but more important, invest your time and your many, many talents. With your diplomas, I hand you a charge. Continue this American tradition. Create a haven of safety and love where all children are treasured and where success is counted in education, just like I'll be giving you your diplomas, one Centennial Eagle at a time. Congratulations.
Madeline Caldis. Mariam El Habashi. Neil Robb. Ann Bond. Ken Chen. Madeline Chen. Olivia Clemens. Miguel Fernandez. Jack Goodman. Victoria Green. Duo Hong. Michael Janstow. Allison Cray. Claire Lee. Jade Singh. Jayla Waters. Allison Way. Allison Wilson. Emmy Zhao. Ms. Sandra French, please allow the following Howard County Public School System staff members to award their children's diplomas. Dennis Ahern, Centennial High School, and Tierney Ahern, Thomas Viaduct Middle School. Riley Ahern. Eliana Ayub, Bonnie Branch Middle School. Robert Ayub. Greg Betzer, Ilchester Elementary School. Amelia Betzer. Elizabeth Coe, Oakland Mills High School, and Alan Coe, Centennial High School. Dalton Coe. Kedry Fairley, River Hill High School. Gabrielle Fairley. Robin Flegel, Centennial High School. Sienna Flegel. Debbie Germroth, Bonnie Branch Middle School. Benjamin Germroth. Jennifer Graves, Centennial Lane Elementary School. Hudson Graves. Stacy Rossick, Centennial High School. Lindsay Horan. Waleska Oliveri, Bonnie Branch Middle School. Jeffrey Oliveri. David Ridler, Centennial High School. Alexander Ridler. Barbara Sheets, Clarksville Middle School. Rachel Sheets. Constantia Sayas, Patuxent Valley Middle School. Alexandra Sayas. Lorena Sagal, Atholton High School. Parkash Sagal. Soyun Choi, Centennial High School. Allison Su. Elizabeth Sterenberg, Oakland Mills High School. Gregory Sterenberg. Patricia Taylor, Long Reach High School. Noah Taylor. Jacqueline Walker, Wild Lake High School. Kai Walker. Gaisna Agarwal. Sonia Ahmed. Jennifer Ahn. Tolani Akintayo.
Mohammed Ali. Cameron Allen. Morgan Altman. Ariel Anderson. Samuel Andrew. Kai Archuleta. Minaz Ashraf. Sean Atmar. Shukran Babker. Adarish Babu. Christopher Baker. Paulina Balderas. Mary Margaret Baldy. Christina Bamback. Jonah Barancini. Jenna Baruch. Brianna Belt. Ashley Berry. Attar Bamra. Stanley Bicknell. Mohammed Billa. Nancy Boncourt. Brian Boone. Dylan Boswell. Corey Bowers. Lauren Bracy. Michael Brady. Justin Breedlove. Dion Breland. Isabella Brillante. Vernon Burke. Susie Byung. Kyle Cabanillas. Stephen Kagas. Laura Cahow. Grace Calloway.
Yvonne Carendang. Emmanuel Carmichael. Logan Carey. Christopher Cha. Christy Che. Anna Chan. Andrew Chen. Kristen Cho. Sean Cho. Lena Choi. Jong-in Chung. Joseph Cleary. Michael Cleary. Isabella Klein. Sean Cooley. Vincent Karazi. Gabrielle Corrigan. Natalie Costa. Mia Coyle. Natalie Cross. Anna Crow. Richard Sway. Jonathan Syriac. Francisca Dale. Tanvi Das. Deshaun Davis. Charlotte DiCarlo. Dora DeMello. Megan Decker. Michael Delat, Ivy Devidas,
Cecilia DeWitt, Jennifer Dietrich, Paul Drutch, Brandon Duvall, Sandra Eichhorn, Emily Earl, Alexander Fant, Kayode Fatodu, Anthony Ferrara, Jordan Fields, Joseph Flowers, Kin-Hei Jeremy Fung, Priya Gajendran, Josiah Gavlin, Radhika Golub, Christopher Giagrandi, Benit Gill, David Gonzalez, Joshua Gonzalez, Wallachy Gray, Domenica Gregorini, Madison Griffin, Amy Guo, Nidal Hakim, Sabrina Hahn, Noah Happel, Susan Harrington, Nicholas Harris,
Zane Haug, Mevi Henderson, Juliana Henneberg, Connor Heslin, Jessica Hoang, Jasmine Hobbs, Sydney Holt, Justin Homisel, Isaac Hong, Suho Hong, Suji Hong, Dennis Hauser Doty, Kevin Huang, Megan Hudson, Ifanaya Ike, Bridget Israel, Arman Jalali, Catherine Jang, Selena Jensen, Flora John, Bobby Jones, Zephanie Jong, Sumin Ju, Cecilia Jorgensen,
Ethan Kaminsky, Matthew Karasak, Alexander Kartak, Rebecca Kartak, Matthew Katz, Adam Kellerman, Philemon Konjerski, Ivan Hockloff, Eliana Kim, Sarah Callista Kim, Sarah Rebecca Kim, Michael Klein. Nicholas Klein. Trenton Klein. Thomas Kolp. Frank Coe. Herday Cowdley. Francis Kramer. Ryan Krozik. Rohan Lejani. Kiara Landrua. Ayana Lattimore. Audrey Lawrence. Alexis Lee.
Isaac Lee. Jacqueline Lee. John Lee. June Lee. Kamira Lee. Quentin Lehman. Dwight Leva. Win Lakevanija. Nathacorn Laert Putipinyo. Jane Lee. Jason Lee. Jeffrey Lee. Ting Lee. Jasmine Lim. Andrew Lim. Ivy Liu. Jessica Liu. William Liu. Lucas Leffler. Yashas Lokesh. Marco Lucero. Benjamin Lumen. Ryan Marr. Shalini Malhotra.
Hadi Malik. Ganesh Malampali. Zain Manan. Owen Marcinik. Annika Marthinus. Michael Martinitis. Rachel Matthew. Michael McCarthy. Jasmine McCree. Megan McGuire. Michael McGuire. Idris Mehboob. Michael Melton. Anasia Imani Mickle. Kristen Min. Kyla Mitchell. Robin Maloney. Mary Monroe. Jessica Moore. Patrick Morera. Caleb Morel. Brittany Murugeson. Nikki Nacion. Grace Nafula. Armar Narmok.
Amr Narmok, Christina Narin, Ahmad Nefa, Siri Nirchal, Shushanth Niramala, Aiden Newell, Joe Melissa Nussbaum, Elizabeth Nyarko, Gabrielle O'Brien, Olivia O'Connell, Adebudarin Ogunape, Mindra Okonski, Bridget O'Neill, Ye Sun Park, Mizuki Parrish, Anjali Patel, Dimple Patel, Samuel Pettipaw, Jacob Polikoff, Emma Pomerantz, Lucy Poo, Anuhya Pulapaka, Emma Chian, Joyce Q, Nithya Raman,
Rahul Ramnath, Sierra Reese, Thomas Regnante, Julie Wren, Luis Requejo, Megan Reynolds, David Rivenberg, Kayla Roddy, Maria Rodriguez Cardona, Eli Ross, Dominic Roybal, Sahil Saini, Vasant Saladi, Parsa Samadani, Mahogany Sampson, Lucas Sanitas, Sam Sarda, Elijah Scott, Fraser Scott, Stephen Sedlacko, Ahmad Shah, Afan Sheikh, Bethany Shekels, Suhi Shin, Matthew Schoenberger, Michael Simmons, Somya Singh,
Ria Sarithara, Mason Smith, Ipsa Sokvari, Jose Soto, Aditya Srinivasan, Matthew Steen, Caroline Strott, Maggie Sullivan, Ryan Sutton, Kachung Tao, Kara Taylor, Daniela Thomas, Christina Thuzar, Jennifer Trainer, Mikhail Troshin, Annabelle Trotier, Rachel Truitt. Jocelyn Trong. Cheng Seng. Sang Seng. Namuka Tur. Logan David Uribe. Azinma Uzadike. Abigail Vall. Nicholas Varner. Christopher Vick. Riley Vigderhaus.
Sean Voigt. Edward Walker. Ashley Waller. Alexander Wang. Z Wang. Myra Warris. Alexander Welsh. Elijah White. Ariel Wickstrom. Alexis Wilkerson. Claude Victor Willard. Ryan Willis. Scott Witchie. Matthew Werner. Kenton Wong. Job Wu. Kevin Wu. Chi Hao Wu. Gordon Wu. Suchi Wu. Yuan Shu. Yun Ji Yang. Jinhua Yao. Dmitry Yarunin. Daniel Yoon. Sang Man Yoon. Grace Zhang. Charles Zhang. Daniel Zhang. Jian Zhang. Angela Zhu. Nicholas Zhou. Nick Zhou.
For our final address, I welcome Maddie Caldas to the podium. During her 4 years at Centennial, she's been an active member of the theater department, taking part in the Awkward Improvisation Team and serving as president of the International Thespian Society. As parliamentarian of National Honor Society and an intern for the National Epilepsy Foundation, Maddie has fostered her passions for public speaking and advocacy work. She will be returning to her hometown, St. Paul, in the fall to study communications and political science at the University of Minnesota. More than anything else, she will miss the community of people who transformed Ellicott City into her true home, and Centennial High School into a place of memorable possibilities. Please welcome Maddie Caldas to present the turning of the tassel.
Hello, guests, family, teachers, and my classmates. For those of you who, like me, haven't exactly processed this, we are actually graduating right now. Who knew I'd be standing here in the same exact cap and gown my brother wore in 2009? These 4 years that we have spent together have been absolutely crazy. They haven't been the best, they haven't been the worst, but I can confidently say that they have been memorable and that I have learned a lot. On August 22nd of 2013, we were herded onto the bleachers for our first photo of as the CHS class of 2017. Many of us were surrounded by the familiar faces of classmates with whom we had spent the last 8 years with. Others found themselves lost in a sea of strangers. Yet, no matter the background, we all shared that common nervous excitement that one gets when starting a new chapter of one's life, the same nervous excitement that we have this moment regarding our futures. Each year at Centennial, I learned new things, challenged myself, and made friends. I've had a great education, and I am forever thankful for the teachers like Mr. Whitaker and mentors like Ms. Hayfitz who have pushed me to be my best and to follow my dreams. The weird thing is, the most vivid memories are, in all honesty, random. At the beginning, we all acclimated to high school in different ways. I personally did not get off on the right foot, managing to accidentally staple my fingers together while turning in my first major English essay, but thankfully fonder memories followed. We won our first homecoming game, and later on, an unexpected government shutdown forced us to cancel our field trip to the museum and take a trip to the zoo. Sophomore year, a mysterious gas leak freed us from school for a day. Our varsity boys basketball team led us to states where we lost our voices cheering at the University of Maryland Xfinity Center. We also said goodbye to some of our best teachers who accepted a retirement deal that was too good to pass. We struggled through the SAT format change our junior year and took advantage of the historic blizzard which awarded us 10 days off. We also witnessed the destruction of our beloved old Ellicott City, which in the weeks following many of us helped to rebuild. Despite a disappointing lack of snow days our senior year, we managed to make the best out of it. It was a bizarre race to finish college applications so we could pack in as many senior celebrations and impromptu food moves with friends as possible. We Mount Hebron several times, and we celebrated the first official Zacking Against Cancer Day. And now we're here at Merriweather, the place where many of us saw our first concerts, for me personally, Ed Sheeran, about to graduate. We made it, guys. Many of us have jobs, some of us were captains of teams or board members of clubs. We even have some rap artists in our midst. But behind all of that, we're all holding on to the cliffhanger at the end of the chapter. We just have to trust that when we let go, the new chapter will be just as good, if not better than the last. So, at this time, class of 2017, please celebrate with me the turning of the tassel from right to left. Yeah. Friends and family, please remain seated during the processional. Graduates, once you file out, please continue around to the back of the stage to receive your diploma. Now, for the last time together, will the class of 2017 please rise?